episode, we should all have finger clips. Okay.
Yeah, that's valid.
Finger clips, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Barovia. I am your humble master of dungeons and keeper of dragons, Pixel, and I am pleased to present to you the creeping figure at the edge of your vision, hiding in the shadows that is the 18th episode of Ages of Vinyl presents Curse of Strahd. What's up, folks? As always, we're going to get to the game here in just a few minutes, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping stuff. But given that we're 18 episodes in, I'm going to keep it extra brief, just in case anyone's new. First off, on map screens, try not to spoil things. You're seeing GM stuff. Players may be in Twitch chat. So if you see any horrible monsters that the players haven't noticed yet, do not talk about them. Thank you. Second, please don't freak out about the rules. There's a lot going on in this game. There's a lot of rules. We're making stuff up as we go. If we're asking about something, feel free to put it in chat, but if we don't see it, we're not going to go back and change things. We'll just try to get it right the next time. Third, we want this to be as open and welcoming space as we can, so please keep internet toxicity out of here. Usually not a problem with you folks, but we don't want to put up with anyone being hateful or abusive in chat, whether that's to other viewers, whether that's to players regarding anything like knowledge of the game or the rules, their character choices, frankly, anything else. You guys are usually great, but we do want to give that heads up ahead of time. Fourth, this adventure is horror-themed and may contain elements that are unpleasant or disturbing. We're not aiming for like excessive graphic content, but in the context of a live stream, we won't be able to give appropriate content warnings as much of what we do is improvised. So the YouTube video will have content warnings in the description when it goes up. Please moderate your consumption of this with that in mind. Fifthly, it's widely known and accepted that this adventure has some problematic depictions of individuals inspired by travelers or Romani people IRL. I've done my best to search for resources to help alter those depictions to avoid those sort of offensive stereotypes, but we do just want to acknowledge that. Just a reminder, we do release the show on YouTube, and it's a podcast after each episode during the following week, so if you miss an episode or have to miss part of it, don't fret, you can still catch it after the fact if you need to be caught up, or if you want it so you can watch live. And then last thing, we're going to do really brief, we're not going to do full intros, but everyone, we're going to go around. Please remind folks who you are playing and whether or not you have chat inspiration. Vincent Page.
I'm Vincent Page. I'm playing Ash Fireforge. And just as soon as I bring my character up, I'll tell you if I have chat inspiration.
Bro, you've been on for an hour.
We've been waiting on you.
Ooh, a bit of work.
I do not have chat inspiration. Well, we were just talking. I didn't have Roll20 pulled up till just now. Okay.
Very good. So VP does not have chat inspiration. Omega.
Hey, y'all. I play Onyx Montharic, and I currently do have chat inspiration.
Huzzah. Ozzy.
I'm Ozzy. I'm playing Cast Amblecrown, and I do not have chat inspiration.
Okay. VP does have inspiration. Thank you, Skittle. And Bonus Mom.
I am Bonus Mom. I am playing Wanderess, the Circle of Stars Druid, and I do have chat inspiration.
Excellent. And Ace said he would give Vincent chat inspo, but he doesn't reward players that aren't ready at game time. Spoken like a true DM. Thank you, Ace.
That just means he can reward me.
He did, in fact, reward Oz, although
Thanks,
Omega did it first, so I guess.
Thanks, Sam.
If someone can refund this.
I should have just took your points, Ace.
Ooh. Rip. Okay, well, my name is Pixel. I'll be your GM this evening. I will be playing a horde of monsters trying to eat our party's face, probably. But maybe not. Who knows what's in that house they're about to go into. Speaking of, without further ado, when last we left our heroes, they finished the ritual to reconsecrate the Church of St. Andrel in Vallaki, incinerating one of Strahd's foul spawn in the process. During the ceremony, the young boy Yeska exhibited some curious power after tearfully taking Father Lucian's holy symbol of the Morning Lord off of his corpse next to the altar. And it seems that young Yeska may have the makings of a cleric. A heavy burden for one so young, and while the powers he demonstrated were miraculous, there is no doubt that in this land of horror and death, he is still much in need of protection and guidance. However, after the successful ritual, our heroes made their way back to the Blue Water Inn to discuss with the Mardikovs and Ismarket Arena what their next plans would be. The Mardikovs stated that as long as the wine kept flowing, their inn would likely be safe from any unrest in the city that might occur. As a result of the Burgomaster's efforts to keep the city safe from Strahd having been proven a failure after the attack on the church. Ismark and Irina looked to the party for guidance, but ultimately decided to stay in Vallaki and attempt to help rebuild the church so that it might once again become a haven from Strahd, now that the bones had been returned and reconsecrated. The Mardikovs agreed to look after Yeska for the time being. Our heroes now face some choices about their next course of action. They wanted to investigate the gallows at the crossroads by the Ivlis River on the other side of the valley by the town of Barovia in hopes that the first of Madame Ava's clues about how to defeat the Devil of Barovia might be found there. They have an inkling that perhaps Onyx's mentor might be found roaming the wilderness north of Lake Zarovich as the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. And they have an invitation to Rictavio's tower at Lake Baratok. And they had been asked by the Keepers of the Feather and the Mardikovs of the Blue Water Inn to investigate the Wizard of Wine's winery and find out why no wine shipment had come in on time. They did decide to head to the winery. On their way, they encountered a group of Vistani caravanners. The caravanners offered to be the party's guide through Barovia, but our heroes decided to make their own way when at last they came to the winery, discovering an individual beckoning them into the small copse of trees just northwest of the manor at the center of the clearing. Here they discovered the family of the winery, pushed out of their home by evil druids and fearsome vegetal monsters. They asked the help of our heroes in reclaiming their home. And it remains to be seen if our victims are up to the task.
Victims love it.
On 1 second, guys. Okay. So that is where we resume our tale. You guys were, I believe, standing kind of at the edge of the trees, looking over the fields. You can see sort of neat rows of grapevines on trestles and things all through this large field. With this manor house kind of in the center, and you were discussing, I believe, between Cass and Wandress, what would be your plan? Let me get over to the map page here. What would be your plan for trying to investigate and get some more information about what might await you within the walls?
I can, if you would want me to, turn myself into the sneakiest animal that I would be able to turn into as a cat. And I could wander in that general direction and see what I could see, if you so choose. What do you think, Ash? Or Cass? Or Onyx?
I definitely think that we should look and see if we can figure out what we're up against before we charge, straight in.
Or if there's any animals around, I could try to commune with them.
I think that, I think both are actually a good idea. I think the more eyes we have on this, the better off we'll be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
If either the animal companion or Wanderers can get close enough to that, because they said that there's creatures popping up out of the fields, right? If we could figure out what's happening there, and if somebody or one of the animal could get close enough to the house to let us know what's in there, that would be perfect as well. The more information we got, I think the better off we are.
Do y'all see a bird flying around?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, birds nearby. I think pretty much the only birds you guys have seen since coming here are ravens or crows. So, but you probably could find one of those, yeah.
Okay, I'll look around for a murder of crows.
Wanderous will turn to either the man or the older man. There were some of the people from the winery there, right? And someone had kind of taken a leadership role, so Wanderous would look at that person and ask them, I don't know what a winery is. What should I expect to see if I go close and look?
Let's see. I believe you were speaking with.
He's the older man.
Let's see.
I don't remember his name.
Davian Mardikov. The old man Davian Mardikov, who says, the winery is a place where we make wine.
What
we
am I
grow
looking
grapes,
for?
we press grapes. Well, as I said, we had been attacked by a group of evil druids and strange plant creatures. They are doing the gods only know what in our winery.
I am also a druid, but I am not evil. Let me go and look, and if I get close enough, see what I can hear. But when I am a cat, I am very vulnerable. If anything happens, I am attacked, I would have to turn and run back towards you. Do you want me to do this? And Wanderous is going to look around like there are women, children. He's looking at his teammates, his co-adventurers. He's asking for permission to turn into a cat and investigate, knowing that it could bring them all back towards the trees.
Well, if they were likely to come boiling out of there and come into these woods and kill us all, I think they probably would have done it already. There are not many places to hide. There's another copse of trees to the south of here, and this to the north. The woods themselves, the larger woods, are much more dangerous. I think do what you will, and we will have to try to survive either way. As they say, beggars and choosers are not sleeping on the same pillow.
Wanderous looks at Cass and says, you see what you can find out from the birds, and I'm going to sneak in that direction a bit and just see what I can see.
Okay.
And Wanderous is going to walk away from everybody just a little bit privately, and he is going to use his wild shape ability, and he is going to turn into a cat.
Okay.
He's going to, close to the edge of the woods, probably lay down some of his cloak, pack, whatever, down to the essentials, and he is going to become a cat.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look around in the field to see if I see some crows or ravens or anything.
Yeah. Hang on one second. There is something I want to look up.
While they're kind of doing this, I did have maybe a little mission we could accomplish while they're trying to gather information.
Okay.
As we looked at Onyx, they said they're plant-based creatures, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, so I mean, I personally would assume fire would work against them, but
I know you've got your fire shooty spell, but maybe we could gather up some makeshift torches and kind of have those handy.
I think that would be best to at least have something
Okay.
else other than me.
Yeah.
To rely on.
Doesn't have to be a big thing, but I figured that we needed something to do.
Yeah, you two. I'll let you each make a survival check, or one of you can give the help action, and the other can make the survival check with advantage.
Okay.
And Cass, I would like you to roll me just a flat luck check. Roll a d100, and you want this to be high. Okay. All right. Very good.
20.
And then Wandress has turned into a cat. Okay, so Wandress, you turn into a cat and start heading off towards the winery. We'll deal with that in a second. In the meantime, Cass, you see a crow in a nearby tree, and you can cast Speak with Animals.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up at the crow and say, "Hello there."
Ah, hello, my lord. And the crow sort of like bows to you.
I'll bow back. Sorry. I need a favor.
Curious.
So so I know that there's like some creatures in the field and around the house and the winery. I was wondering if you could fly around and tell me kind of what we're walking into.
You, seek to remove the interlopers from this place.
Absolutely.
Curious. And you wish my help?
Yes, please.
I will help you in exchange for a favor.
What's the favor?
Tell me, Wolf, what do you fear?
What do I fear?
Yes.
Solitude.
I see. I shall do as you ask. And the crow sort of flits off with sort of a cawing noise. Towards the house. Okay, so there was a quest. You, or there's a question, or did you guys answer that? So there was some chatting happening.
We got it.
Okay.
We're good. We just didn't want to be over top of it.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so let's get that survival from Ash. 23. Yeah, you are able to get roll 2d10s and take the higher number. We'll give you advantage on this.
Do I do it as roll 2d10s or do I?
Do roll /R 2d10 K1, which means keep one, and it should keep the higher number.
Do you space the K or is it like
No,
all
it's
together?
it's all strung together.
K1.
K1.
Okay. This one.
8. Yeah, you're able to find enough stuff to make 8 torches. You can add those to your inventory
Sweet.
and distribute them how you wish. Okay, and then let us deal with Cat Wandress. So, Cat Wandress, you begin to make your way towards the winery.
The misadventures of Cat Wondrous.
And you hear the cawing as a crow flies overhead. Yeah, you can see situated in the middle of the winery is an old 2-story building with multiple entrances. So with this, I think I am actually going to... let's see. I'm going to edit Cat Wandress so that everyone can see what Cat Wandress sees. Real quick. That way you all can sort of see as I move you onto this other map, if that makes sense. So we are going to go to the Wizards of Wine's winery. You guys are going to be on a black screen. Let's see. Is that the bottom floor? No. Okay, that's the bottom floor. Yes. And you would be coming from the north. They really don't give me a lot of leeway on this map. So let me see. You guys will be coming kind of from the northwest. So I am going to give you dark vision 2, 60 feet. I'm going to give you like a nocturnal boop. Okay, so Cat Wanderess, there you are. You can see that situated in the middle of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story building with multiple entrances. Thick ivy covers every wall, and there's an iron fence along the roof line. This trail ends towards an open dock on the loading floor. So I guess let's ask you this question. Would you have followed the trail over here or looked another way?
I think that I would have stayed close to the trail,
Okay.
but I would have looked for as much cover as I could, and I would be being as stealthy as possible,
Okay.
as careful as possible, and so also slow as possible.
So go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay, how do I do that for Cat Wanderess?
You have a sheet. So under Wanderess, you should have a thing called. So you have access to a Wanderess's wild
Cat
shapes.
Wanderess. I'm looking at it. Which one of these things do
so
I?
right under the stats, it says skills, perception +3, stealth +4. You'll click
Hit
stealth.
Stealth.
Yep, and it should roll it for you. 19. Hot damn. So you feel pretty stealthy. You're sort of darting from little bush and little thing and trying to block line of sight to the windows and things like that. And you come up on the side of this. You can sort of see into the this loading dock on the ground floor. You can tell over here to the east is a wooden stable of more recent construction attached to this east side of the winery, next to the loading dock. West of the winery, which you would have seen this on the approach, so I'm just going to move you over here. West of the winery over here is a crumbling well and a wooden outhouse.
Okay, the number one thing I would have been looking for, because they can get the description of what the place looks like from everybody else.
Yeah.
Does Wander see any movement anywhere?
Yeah, so go ahead and make a perception check for me. That's not one.
Okay, and I got a problem with my chat. I always do. Somehow I can't see the bottom things on the chat. Something is obstructing it and I can't figure out. So do you mind? Plus you should anyway, since I can't, to read out what my perception
yeah, you got
is.
19.
Okay, I will go with that.
Why do I... Oh, okay. Wait. Hang on. I gotta... Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you've made a 19 here. Let's see. Oop. Stand by, everyone. I'm doing my best.
And I see that my perception includes keen smell, which is why I got the +4. Right, or I have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on smell. I think I would be smelling too, because that's a good cat thing. Like, do I smell death or, just anything besides wine?
Okay. Okay. Yes, so as you approach, And you're probably not quite as close as you are on this map, but I don't have more leeway to, it's just how the map is.
Okay, great.
You can determine that there are actually quite a few creatures in the vineyard as you go. They're spaced out between each other, but you notice a couple dozen, probably, sort of medium-sized creatures that are like, they're hard to see, they really are, but you've rolled pretty well in this perception. And what you catch is occasionally like some of the twisting vines that are sort of wended around one of these trestles or whatever. Sort of like you'll catch them moving just a little bit when there's no wind, almost like a sort of gross matted mass of leaves in the approximation of a human head with two dark eyes will sort of follow you as you approach the vineyard. And you get the sense that as you look around carefully, there are a lot of these that have sort of like tried to wind their veiny bodies into these trestles and hide amongst the
Would Wanderers know what they are?
Make a nature check.
Okay, so I do that from Wanderers' original page.
Yes, you can do that from Wanderers' original page because you have all of your same mental stats.
Okay, it looks like it's a 6.
A 6. Not sure what they are. Probably not friendly, given the information you've gotten about this place. You would know the north. I mean, they're probably. You can tell that they're kind of like wet wood. These ones are. You don't know about. There may be other creatures in there. You don't get the sense that they're like particularly weak to fire or anything like that, because they're just like big masses of like sort of wet wood and vine.
Okay. And that's in the fields.
Yeah.
Okay. What about? I'm not close enough to actually see or have an idea of things moving around windows or anything like that as far as the building itself.
I guess there's an upper stair. Yeah, I don't think you do. Well, hang on. No, let's find out for sure. 1 second, guys. Damn, they rolled the same thing. You actually do catch some kind of a shadow moving in the top floor window on the west side of the house.
Okay.
And you can also hear kind of following along behind you this sort of of this crow.
Okay. Well, when I think that I've seen what I can see, I'm going to very carefully try to retreat and avoiding any of those wet wood whatevers.
Okay.
I'm not going to get any closer. I'm not going to push any boundaries.
I'm going to let your same stealth check ride. They got a 2 on their perception, so they do not seem to notice you as you make your way back to your friends. So, and the crow follows you there as well. You make your way back, and I think you and the crow arrive back at the woods at about the same time. After your little fact-finding expedition.
Wanderous is going to slide back over into the woods and begin to redress and rearm himself, and will drop the wild shape.
Okay.
Oh, wait, how long does it last?
Half your druid level rounded down in hours.
Yeah, I'm going to drop it. I don't think there's anything more the cat can do. He drops it.
All right. Yeah, so Wanderous drops the wild shape, and the crow lands. What do you guys do?
Well, when Wanders is done getting dressed, he's going to go back and talk to everybody, but it could be that Oz wants to resolve his first.
Want to talk to the crow? Hello, crow.
I have returned, my lord.
What did you see?
There are dozens of creatures hidden among the vines. There are several creatures hidden inside the manor itself. I landed on the windowsill. There are druids, and they have raised foul vegetable beings. They lie in ambush for any who would approach the winery.
Huh. Well, I appreciate that. What's your name?
Darius.
Thanks, Darius. I appreciate the help.
Favor asked, favor exchanged. It is the way of things. Ah! And he sort of flies off.
I like him.
A little sus.
When Wanderous returns to the group, he would affirm the information from the crow, say that there were some kind of wooden, wet, probably not impervious to fire creatures. He has no knowledge of what they are, and at least one person inside in an upper window. He didn't smell anything unusual.
I almost wonder if we killed the druids and the things that they raised would die.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that our main goal is to take out the druids, because fighting a couple dozen random creatures doesn't sound like a good time.
No.
But I imagine if they're the ones that raised them, then maybe if they go down, the rest of them will go down too.
Yeah, probably.
However, you guys didn't happen to see a kind of path that maybe the path of least resistance. Is there a path of least resistance, or is it all about the same?
Sorry, what was that now?
I stayed close to the original path. I dodged a bit to be around. These creatures are just hidden in and among the vineyard poles where the grapes are grown. We should stay in the trees as much as possible and go around as far away as possible, I would think. We wouldn't want to go straight through the vineyard. We didn't have to.
I guess it might be worth mentioning to the group of the winery workers too. There's not some sort of hidden way into the winery, is there?
He says, did I might have actually done I gave him like I think I gave him the wrong accent. I think last time we did this, he was Southern. I can't remember these
You did.
NPCs, guys.
It was
No, he
100% Southern.
Yeah.
They were moonshiners.
Yeah, that's right. And then I gave him a Barovian accent this time. Well, my bad, guys. It's hard to remember all these guys, especially when we don't play every week. So we're just going to let it ride. He's Barovian now. Deal with it. There will be more time for Southern Barovians another day. Although I might have done his kid Southern, and I don't know what I did. Who cares?
Well, he was disguising his voice
Sure.
until he had to give his name. So that thing I'm looking at, I'm confused about what I'm seeing. That the red line, that's actually the path to the house.
Yes.
So
yeah.
the majority of the vineyard is actually behind the house.
Yes. So
Okay.
you probably would have had to kind of come, like, alongside the path up to the house, but like staying in the brush and stuff.
Yeah.
But like when you got up there, you could kind of see over here and over here, some vines and stuff doing their trick. And then with regards to a secret way in, he says, no, yeah, I was doing Barovian. He says, no, there is no secret passage into our vineyard. We have no need for such frivolities.
Had to ask. What do you
There
guys
is-
think? Oh,
Well,
sorry.
He
just
says,
have a-
go ahead.
no, you go.
He says, there's a loading dock, the doors to which were open when we left. It was the way we escaped. But there are several other doors to the front and sides of the house, as well as one in the back. Plenty of means of entrance and exit. There is no way into the rest of the house from the stables, but from the loading docks and the back sort of bottling room and the side doors by everything, there are ways in.
I didn't have any sense, although I have very little knowledge of what I was experiencing as I sensed those vines, that they're impervious to fire. If we went in through the pathway, but what if we set a fire to see if it would kill them, and it might draw the druids out where we could see them? Or is it better to beard them in the house?
The only thing that I worry about is having to fight every single one of the creatures in the vineyard. Because if
Yeah, I
there's a
agree
couple
with that.
dozens, like maybe if there's that many, maybe we'll get lucky and they're not very tough. But that many at the same time definitely would not be fun.
Yeah.
Also, please do not burn down my house or my fields. If this is your plan, I may as well leave now and make my way elsewhere, and
Well,
Borovia
I
will
was
be out of
thinking
wine
of
in a few
something-
weeks.
I was
That would-
thinking of something very small, honorable sir, to see what would happen if one of those things was caught on fire.
I mean, we could try to grab the attention of one or just a few of the things and try to use fire on them well away from the house.
Well, yeah, so the one that you looked at, Bonus Mom, just, it looked like, like wet green wood, like, the kind of wood doesn't make good firewood, right? So you're
Okay.
like, it's not like it has resistance to fire, but that particular
Gotcha.
type is not like weak to fire. Like you could tell this is not the kind of dry kindling that would just whoosh and go up. Now, you don't know that this is the only kind of, like, there may be other varieties of these things. They're weird plant monsters. Who knows what all is waiting for you in there? You might have to check with each given variety of them if they are or aren't, vulnerable to this stuff, and make your sort of tactics accordingly. But that was just something that you as a druid, like, you would definitely know good firewood from bad firewood. You know what I mean? And these did not look like the kind of wood that would just swoosh up. Now, that having been said, they will take damage from fire, but it just looks like they'll take normal damage, not like extra, vulnerability. So.
Oh, I think what that Wanderous is thinking about is his flaming sphere or something like that, just that
Yeah.
would burn a particular area, but not all of it, and see what if prolonged fire. But he doesn't know. Wanderous
Well,
doesn't know.
I will tell you mechanically, it'll do to them what it'll do to anything, right? If you did that to a wolf or one of these things, you can expect about the same results, right? It will probably, like, you would know that, like, the magic that animates a creature like this, just being familiar with druidic shit, if you break its physical body, that damages the magic's ability to cohere itself. So if you attacked it with fire, it would be the same as, like, attacking an animal with fire. You know what I mean? It's like
Okay.
it does normal damage, and that's what everybody, you'd be able to determine that pretty easily, I think. So.
Well, I guess alternatively, we've already made these torches, right? So I divvy them up, a couple apiece, just in case we run into a different kind of this creature. But it sounds to me like we're going to have to the shortest path to get to the loading dock, which I'm assuming is on this northern part of the house, or at least on this.
Yeah, it is on the northeastern side of the house.
Yeah.
Kind of right in the middle.
It looks like there's not a ton of vineyard in between, like right in here. I'll just show you on the map. Maybe, yeah, right there. Maybe we could sneak our way up through there. Maybe we'll have to fight a couple of them. I don't know. We have to get there, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We could, just for the sake of having all the knowledge, we could, again, try to bait one of the creatures out and kind of see what we're up against, and maybe it won't be too big of a deal, 1-on-1. Or 1-on-4, rather, I should say.
The only thing is if one of them gets into combat, if it draws others in.
We can always go the stealthy approach, which I'm more than comfortable with, and just try to sneak up to the house. It'd be a little bit harder for us as big people, or bigger than cat people, I should say, to make it there. But what do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
I think.
can
Okay.
ready flaming sphere in case we are discovered and in a bad situation. Well, no, wait, I only get that for a turn, right? So I do have it. I have entangle, I have fairy fire prepared, and I have flaming sphere. I also have flame bait. I have gust of wind. I also have pass without a trace. Wanderers could do that, cast pass without a trace on all of us. That might get us in
Yeah.
there.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah,
Shall I? And just move forth. And I think in this land, if these druids kill us before Strahd, so be it. Strahd's obviously going to kill us.
Not if we have anything to do about it.
Try to stay positive, big guy. I think that might be our best option. Is just I don't know what pass without a trace does, but if that's going to help us sneak up there, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass without trace gives you like +10 to stealth.
Golly, and you can cast that on all of us at the same time, Wondrous?
Yeah, it's like anyone within a certain distance.
I can. A veil
30
of
feet.
shadows and silence will radiate from me. It will mask you, all of my companions, from detection. If you all stay within 30 feet of me, you will have a great bonus to any stealth checks, and you cannot be tracked except by magical means. We will leave behind no tracks or other traces of our passage. And it will last for an hour, but I will have to concentrate on it.
Might also help us get the drop on the druids. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think that's probably our best option at this point to avoid any unnecessary fights.
Wanderous looks around. He looks at the trees. And I'm hoping that he spies a small parasite nestling in one of the trees. Would he possibly find that? A
A
little
small
mistletoe or a
parasite?
sprig of the small parasite would be mistletoe.
Is there
Or
mistletoe?
a sprig of spruce if the trees are spruce.
Okay.
Or he can look in his bag to see if he's blessed enough to, since he prepared the spell, have a little spruce tucked away in his pouch of goodies.
I mean, you would probably have your if it's on your like components for a spell, you would your staff counts as an arcane focus, doesn't it? Or you I don't know what you use, Wandress. But yes,
It's
I think
shard from the star that I think
Yeah.
is from the star under
Okay.
which I was
But
born.
yeah, I mean, if you for the flavor of this, yeah, you could find some plant or you would have one on you, sure.
So he would look, find that, hold a shard against it, ignite it a bit with a small flame, and turn that into ashes. He blows the ashes into the air. They're very few ashes, but they actually create for a second a cloud, and then although the cloud drifts away, Wanderous reassures his parents, his compatriots, that we are now under the cover of this spell, and we may begin to move forward. We only have an hour, and you must remain within 30 feet of me.
Excellent. I guess we're going to try to approach the house from the northern side here.
Oh, wait a minute. I did too many things. This was passed without. Yeah, no, I did it right. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay.
Hang on. Okay. All right. So if you're passing without trace towards the house, I need stealth checks from everybody. You can add +10 to your roll from pass without trace.
I'm gonna need it. I've got a -2.
I got a 33.
Okay, so I got a 17.
30.
Okay, so we got a 33, a 17, a 30, and a 24.
Yes, I got a 24.
Okay. Let's see. Hang on, friends. That's an average of a 26 altogether. Good golly. Okay, friends. So yeah, you start heading into these things. I don't even think these things could notice you. They'd have to nat 20 on this. They don't. Okay, so yeah, you guys begin to make your way. I'm just gonna put us back on the winery map because you are able to make your way there, as far as you know, unseen, and nothing sort of jumps out at you right away. And then let me put you guys on here, coming from probably the same approach vector that Bonus Mom took. Let's see. Nope, stop it. I don't know exactly how you guys want to do this, but there you are. Oh, come on. Quit that.
Well, I just feel like Wanderous is in the middle.
Now,
because
some of you aren't able to see right now. I need to throw some stuff in dynamic lighting because it is daylight out here. Hang on. I always hate when they don't do this for me. So, we'll just drop some stuff in like the corners here. Sorry, everyone. Stand by. Boom. What? Why is that not? I don't understand, but okay, whatever. Okay, I think that should do, hopefully, for the light. And you guys being able to see. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you stand. There is an entrance directly in front of you. There's an entrance into this side passage for this dock, which is over kind of in front of where Onyx is. You know that there's another entrance there's kind of like a overhang front porch thing that's over here. You know there's an entrance there. There's an entrance around the side of the house that you guys scoped out, and that's probably what you know about, although they have told you that there are other entrances in the back of the house. So, you guys have pretty good stealth, but you assume that things will pop off eventually. What would you like to do?
Are there any windows on this level of the house?
No, not on the front side of the house. On the top floor, yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows up there.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should we try the loading dock?
I feel like that'd probably be a safe bet.
That might be
Excuse me.
one of the more least expected entrances, I think. So I say that we go for it.
Okay.
We should be prepared. We must defeat everything here or be defeated.
Yeah, with that, I think that Ash would draw their sword and probably step up in the loading dock trying to find this door.
Okay.
I think that Wanderous would be sure that he had thither close by and ready to go.
Great. Yeah, Ash, you step up into the thing. The rest of you can kind of move yourself into whatever configuration behind Ash you would like. Ash, you pop up in here. And you can see... Come on now. Thank you. That parked in this loading dock is a wagon filled with 3 barrels, sort of set up in these braces in the back of it. There is a raised wooden walkway that runs along the west, south, and east walls. Through a hole in the ceiling, you see sort of a wooden arm of like a little loading crane with ropes and hooks dangling from it. You can also see there's a door to the south that is just sort of hanging open. And make a perception check for me.
Dude, that is a 10.
10. You notice a shadowy figure moving on the second floor on that walkway near the crane arm. It looks like it's trying to hide, but it doesn't do a very good job.
Trying to hide from us? Presumably?
Presumably.
Okay, I'm going to kind of motion. So it's on this this side here?
Basically, yeah. So you see where those wooden looking like stakes are? I think you can see those. I don't know.
Like here?
Oh, you can't. Okay. Wait, can you? Yeah. I'm just gonna give you, because this is ridiculous. I'm gonna give you like low light for like 20 feet, just so I can know what you're seeing. Yeah. So you see, there's like all of these little columns, basically. Those are holding up sort of like a loft looking thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it appears to be moving around up there somewhere.
I'm gonna look back to the rest of the group and kind of like give them a whole like eyes and then point up to the loft and hopefully they get that. Seems pretty universal to me. And then kind of carefully, I'm gonna move a bit further, closer to the door, but like kind of keep my eyes on the loft.
Okay.
I think Wanderous is going to whip out thither, which is a crossbow, and aim in that general direction.
Okay.
Readying across an arrow in case something comes at us. And Wanderous should be very careful to be in the group and not get so separated that anybody would be without the 30 feet coverage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you sort of point your crossbow and you all, now that you're paying attention to it, you see some sort of a figure, make its way to the western walkway and pass out of view because it's on the thing ahead of you. And you hear a door open, up the stairs. Like on the second floor, you hear some door open and then, what do you do?
They probably know we're here now. How hard would it be for us to get up on that ledge as well, into the loft?
From here, pretty tough. I mean, doable, but it's because you'd have to like shimmy up one of these. You have to like get onto the barrels or try to like shimmy up one of these things. It's not really designed for that to be very easy to do. I'm going to say it's probably like a, I don't know, DC 15 athletics or acrobatics check to get up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume whatever that was, they've went and told them that we're out here now. So I think our element of surprise may have just went out the window.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Onyx, oh God. Wanders is going to move towards the door. He still has
Okay.
Disber in his hand.
Wandrous and Onyx make perception checks for me. God, I'm rolling so low.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Wanders has a 23.
23 and a 19 for
Yeah, Honest has a 19. Yeah.
Okay. You all notice a few seconds after that creature disappears, you begin to hear rustling from the areas around the house, and you see these plant creatures. You see several groups of 5 of them sort of emerge from the surrounding vineyard and begin to make their way towards you. They are about 120 feet of you away from you when they become visible. I am going to need everybody to please roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, are you surprised? We knew this was coming.
Oh, I know.
Okay, let's...
Okay, Wanderous rolled a 6.
Sick. 16.
I'm not going to roll individual initiative for these things because that's crazy to do. Okay. And then...
I rolled an 18 for initiative.
Okay.
Well, that's crazy because I was going to have Wanderous Leroy Jenkins to the front door. Guess I won't with a
We'll
6,
have-
huh?
Oh, I need this thing. Actually, no. We'll roll initiative for those guys if they get activated in combat. Okay. All right. So... it appears for the moment that it is Ash's turn. Ash, after Wandrous and Onyx make some sort of noise about all this, you are the first to act. What would you like to do?
I think that Onyx got a higher initiative than me. Actually,
Oh.
I think that
I'm missing Onyx. Okay.
I feel like cast it too. Like it says 16
Oh,
there.
you're
but-
on there twice.
Yeah, you rolled a second initiative, and I must have
Oh, that's
selected your
weird.
token the
Okay.
second time.
Okay, so, all right. So what did you get, Ash?
Mine was 15.
15. Okay. And Onyx, what was yours actually?
Mine was 18.
18. Okay, so Onyx, you are first. My bad.
Okay.
I've got Wondrous in here twice. Okay, I guess I didn't clear this out from the other time. Okay, so just to go
Yeah,
through,
it's-
I've got Onyx 18, Cass 16, Ash 15, Wondrous 6. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. Sorry, guys. I must not have cleared it out from another fight. Onyx, you're up. So you
Okay.
see these creatures. You are the first to spring into action. What would you like to do? They're 120 feet away from you. So you, if you can shoot them, you can shoot them. If not, you would. It's up to you what you want to do.
Okay. Just right in range.
Do what
Okay.
now?
Sorry, I was looking at my spells. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt at one of them. Presumably the closest one.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so as you go to cast Firebolt, 15 to hit, you hear the rustle of dead vines in the distance. Inhuman shapes emerge from the vineyard, limbs cracking as they trudge forth through the mist and the rain. Let's take a look at these guys. 15 hits.
Cool. Okay,
For
and that is
10
10
damage.
fire.
Damn. You burn your firebolt launches at this creature, and you almost fully burn a hole in its chest, and it begins to like shake as it is coming towards you. It is clearly on death's door. 10 is a massive amount of damage on these things. Any movement from Onyx?
No, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and hold my own here, and then yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Okay. Cass. You are up next. You hear you hear Onyx pop off a firebolt at one of these creatures. They are 120 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to look at the range on my Sacred Flame. Oh, that's only 60 feet. I'm not gonna really be able to hit them with anything. I can't see them on my map.
Yeah, they're like, there's not enough room on this map because it like, for some reason, it only gives you like 10 feet away from this house on all sides. I guess just because of the constraints of them, because there's multiple levels, and so they have to put the levels of the house in different spots of the map. So they are sort of off the map, and they're just sort of theoretical at the moment, but if they get within range, they'll start popping up. So.
Okay, I mean, like at this point, I'm probably just gonna ready my longsword and that be it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do any movement or anything.
Okay. Ash, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm going to do something that we should have done at the very start of this campaign and encourage everybody to get in the house.
Okay.
And I'm going to take off towards the house. There's way too many of them for us to fight. They might go down easy, but...
as you take a moment to count, there are about 30 of these things.
Yeah, they surround
coming
us.
at you kind of in groups
on.
of 5, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. I can't really see my boxes here. Hold on just a second. I got to remember how to use the freaking measuring tool. I always forget.
Yeah. So there's a couple ways to do it. If you click the measuring tool and then just click on a square, you can just move it. If you right click, you can put down a waypoint if you want to like turn a different direction.
Okay. I can get here with ease, so I'm actually going to just go right inside this door here.
Okay.
Oh, well, shit. This is why I don't use a measuring tool, because I have to remember
to you have to switch back.
So we're going to like pop right in here. I don't want to get ahead of everybody. But this is kind of like hey, come on. We can't fight all these guys.
Okay, so in area 12 there, friend, let's see. Bloop. Okay, you can see that this is actually a little round kind of tower that you could sort of see on the outside of the house. There was this these on either side of this big room that you're about to maybe see a little bit of. There were these round spires that went up a little bit, and this one has a sloping wooden floor that appears to spiral from the cellar below, which is like right here. I guess let's draw this. So like down that way appears to go down to some sort of cellar, and this appears to go up to the level where you saw the shape. And it's sort of like, it's not stairs, it's this like rolling wooden sort of slope.
Probably what they push the barrels down.
Scratch marks suggest that barrels are rolled up and down the ramp on a regular basis. You also can see there's a door here that you passed, and then there's a double door that's kind of open. That is sort of looks like it's kind of leads into a bigger room. And the door behind you looks like it is, as you're running through it, you can kind of tell that it has been broken. Although it does look like it could theoretically be barricaded, but like it doesn't latch shut. But if you just pushed it shut and like shove a barrel in front of it, you might be able to barricade the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
not saying that that's what you should do, but I'm just saying you would notice that that's a possibility.
112% my plan, but yeah.
Okay. But that's what Ash can see.
Kind of like stand at the doorway, have it open, and like not be yelling at them, but like definitely motioning. Like let's go.
And here you can see there is a window that leads outside over there.
Okay.
Okay. So that is you. As these things begin, you can see that they start shambling forward. And they were at about 120 feet away. With dash actions, they can all get to about 60 feet away. So next round, they will show up at the edge of this map. They won't have actions left, but they will, if they sprint, they'll show up at the edge of this map. And you don't know if they have any kind of ranged attacks or not. These are not creatures you have fought before. But that is where they are, 60 feet away. Wandress, you're up.
All right. So Wander sees that Ash has beckoned us down the hall. So Wandress is definitely going to race down the hall to where Ash is. But my question is, because we can't see the map, okay, is that what around me, it almost looks like there's no vineyard, there's bushes, but there's no vineyard. How far is there before there's vineyard that would catch fire? In other words, if I cast the flaming sphere in this general area outside of the house, that blocks this hallway and hopefully this stairs up to a different door, what am I going to be? Because this, I get the idea this flaming sphere doesn't catch anything outside of this flaming sphere on fire. See what I'm getting
right.
at?
I do understand, yeah.
Can I block the doorways without burning down the vineyard?
Yes. Yeah, so from where you guys are, there does appear to be a pretty significant distance. Like, these things were hiding in the vineyard, right? And they're 120 feet away. So there's about 120 feet of clearing between the edge of the vineyard. Like, they're now coming over open ground towards you, if that makes sense. So you do have quite a bit of leeway before they'll show up.
Wanders is putting thither an arrow away or kind of whatever, and grabbing a bit of tallow, a pinch of brimstone, a dusting of powdered iron out of his pack desperately. He has dropped past without a trace because obviously we're beyond that point. This is also concentration, and he is going to cast a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire. So if it's 5-foot diameter, that means it's 10 feet. That probably doesn't.
I have given you the sphere there. You can move it.
I gotta have the wrong. Okay.
So that is a 5-foot diameter sphere. It centers on a crossroads between four, dinguses, 4 squares, and it affects all 4 of those squares. Does that make sense? So that's
okay. So I cannot get both doorways.
No, you can't.
Well, I'm going to choose the one beyond which we're going to be running up. But can I manage to miss the building, or do I have to do it 5 back?
Would you like to miss your friends? Or are you going to light them on fire?
Get pwned, noobs.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do, because I can also ready it, can't I? Or am I at the bottom of the turn, and if I don't do it, I lose it?
No, you could ready it for once they get out of range. Let's take a look at it. It appears in an unoccupied space of your choice, so it does have to appear in an unoccupied space. You are at the end of initiative, but you could, if you move in there and then say you're going to drop it right at that doorway once the other 2 move in there, you could do that. And it won't go off until after Cass's turn, because it'll take that long for Cass to move. But if that's how you want to do it, you can.
Well, that's how I want to do it. I'm gonna shout at them. Wanderer shouts, "Move!" I'm going to do his flaming sphere, and he is going to run to. I think it is. I can get to. Yeah, I think that was it right there.
And did you want to put it here or here? A or B? So this is B. A. Okay. All right. And then it's technically not there yet, but that is where it will go. Onyx and Cass, once you both leave that space. If you don't leave that space, Wandress will lose that spell slot. So
does that mean though that a thing I need to be careful, because I have to concentrate on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It says within range, so I have to remain within 60 feet of it, right?
I think so. I think if it gets further than 60 feet away from you,
of it for it to continue,
then it would stop.
But I also can move it.
Actually, you know what? It actually doesn't say that.
Oh, it doesn't?
It has a range of 60 feet, but normally if a spell has that kind of contingency, it will say if it ever moves beyond X number of feet for you, the effect ends or something like that. Usually there's language in the spell that specifies if you get further than 60 feet away from this thing, it stops. So I actually don't think that... I think it would last if you went further than 60 feet away. Now, you won't be able to move it if you can't see where you're moving it, I don't think.
Okay, but there's another point about this, because I'm reading it. It also says anything within 5 feet of that sphere. So that actually means it does cover both doorways. If they get within 5 feet of it, they're still...
No, well...
Oh, the sphere. Wait, the sphere is a little thing.
The sphere is a diameter of fire.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
The sphere of... Well, no.
Yeah, I don't know what...
That reads oddly. I'm sorry. Perhaps we can't resolve it right now because it says it's a 5-foot diameter, and then it says with anything within 5 feet of the sphere. Almost sounds like that's an additional 5 feet around it.
Yeah. And does it say? Hang on. Does it say a space you choose or a point you choose? Is the other thing. Unoccupied space. Okay.
Of your choice.
So actually, yeah, this thing works differently than what I have. Here, this thing actually... No, it's fine. I'm screwing this up. That's on me. So actually what this thing does...
And then it's the 9 square or the 8 squares around it.
Yeah, actually that thing does that.
Perfect.
So if you put it there, it will block that one doorway and part of the other one. Although it might start to catch some of the shit on fire. I don't know. That's a...
Well, see, isn't this thing with the steps right here, is that not also a doorway?
Yes, that is a door. Yes. So you also could put it like that. Well, something might be able to squeeze through. Things could take fire damage to get past it, but they'll take damage, which is what you want.
Well, it looks to me like that right there is safer for the building.
Okay.
And I want to double check my...
Okay, and it sheds light for 20 feet.
I was there.
Sorry, yeah. It's because most magic says a point you choose within range, which means the intersection of 2 squares. But this says a space you choose, which does mean like a 5-foot space like a character would take up. So I actually had that wrong.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. And then I race towards where Ash is, and that's as far as I can get.
Okay.
No, I can get one more.
Okay, friends. Whoop, sorry. There we go.
Sorry, I can get one more closer to him.
Try and get everybody on screen here. Okay, there we go. So that's Wondrous. You're holding your action to cast that flaming sphere. Oh. I might have some bad news for you.
Oh no.
After we've spent all this time doing that.
No, you can. You can barely see. If you were like one step further, you wouldn't actually be able to see that square to put the sphere there, but you can see it, so it's fine. Okay, so that is Wondrous. Now, hang on 1 second, everybody. Mirror. Okay. That brings us to Onyx.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my action to dash into the house.
Okay.
Because I think... oh, that broke it. Let's do this. This is, yeah, so 25 is right behind Wondrous. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just dash. So it's 25.
Okay.
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and just get here. And then that'll be my turn.
Yeah, and you can see the same things. You can see there's this double door right here, and then there's like a way down into the cellar right there, and a way up the stairs right there. So
Gotcha.
I'm just going to leave those arrows there so you guys can see that. Okay, that brings us to Cass.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to do the same thing. Use my dash to... Okay, so let's see, my movement's 25 feet.
And then, yeah, once you get to that 30 feet, you can either go into this doorway to your left, or you can go up or down the sort of stairs
I'm gonna pop
there.
my head just kind of into this doorway, like kind of here in the, door frame almost.
Okay. Yeah, so you see, one second. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, you can see that there's a rich smell of fermenting wine filling this this is actually a 2-story chamber dominated by 4 enormous wooden barrels that you kind of can't really see past. Damn it. Okay, dynamic lighting. This is not necessary, I don't think. We're gonna get rid of those so you can see through this room. So you can see that there are these big barrels of wine that are like 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. You can see a wooden staircase in the center of the room that climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that sort of is along the south wall and then wraps around to the eastern and western walls. And you can see some windows set into that wall on the south side.
Nice.
The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the east and west walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath the side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretches thick rafters upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered, watching you, with great interest.
Our friends.
And then, unfortunately, I have some other news, which is that sneaking out and crawling from behind the barrels and all over things are a bunch of other creatures that you see.
Nice.
Give me 1 second to get them all where they belong. Hang on, guys. I gotta. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. All right, are you ready for this?
Yes.
There are like 24. These are much smaller, little chittering, sort of like little plant creatures that start rushing out of the out of behind barrels and walls and stuff. I'm gonna roll their initiative. They were not on the initiative. They rolled an 18. Oh no, they were on the initiative. They're at 3. Okay, so you rush in here, Cass, and you did use your dash. So this is as close as you can get, and you see that this place is absolutely crawling with these things. Make a nature check for me as you rush in here.
21.
You can tell from your time spent being sort of around, survivaling and traveling along with things. These actually are much drier, more like kindling twig firewood looking things than any of the other ones that you saw. You get the sense these are vulnerable to fire damage in a way that the other ones have not been. So also, sorry for the drop frames, guys. I don't know what's going on with our internet. I think we're going to be doing okay. We're going to try and ride it out, but we do apologize for that. So that's Cass. You rush in here. You can tell these things are weak to fire damage. And I actually want to get rid of that and that. And, yeah, anything else from Cass? Any bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Ash, you're up.
All right.
And I guess I have to put this one in one of these squares, so.
Is Ash aware of the creatures in the next room?
Yeah, now that they've started to move, I think you can just see the edges of them. And it is dark in here. Cass, you have dark vision, so you can see pretty well in here. But, and there is a little bit of light coming in from the, sun outside, basically, and through the windows up top. But it is pretty dim in here. But yeah, Ash, you can just sort of hear and make out the moving of some creatures in this room.
Okay.
And that's where my damn barrels are at that I need to barricade the door with.
Yeah.
Well, there's not going to be much of a reason to barricade if we don't take these guys out first, I guess.
I mean, you could always try going further up the stairs to just see, if there's a way to get away from them up there. Like, it's not your only option to go into this room. But yeah, you are being swarmed by a truly staggering number of these things.
Well, I feel a lot more confident taking on 4 or whatever than 30.
Oh,
You know what I
no,
mean?
there's 24 in this room, but they're much smaller and also vulnerable to fire damage. So,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, there's a fuckload of those things in there. But they, like I said, they're much smaller and less threatening. Like the ones that were coming out of the vineyard are like human-sized. These ones are like gnome-sized, basically.
Well, here's the problem. I could absolutely like drop a torch at the doorway here, but if we burn down the winery, that kind of defeats the entire purpose, right?
Yeah, so looking at this place, you can tell that this hallway is actually, the floors are stone. The loading dock is wood, but if you did just drop a torch at you don't know if one torch would do it. You might have to drop a couple. But you might not have that kind of action economy to light several, but you probably wouldn't burn the whole place down because this is like a wooden floor. I mean, this is like a stone floor in this part. Now, this ramp that goes up and down is wood, and the loading dock is made out of wood, but... And also the upper floor is all made out of wood, but this bottom floor is all made out of stone. So as long as it didn't get to be a big enough fire to light the upper floor on fire, you might be able to block this that way.
Okay. Well, I feel like so we can either go up or down, right? That's our 2 options.
I mean, or you could go into the room and fight these things. You might live. It's strategically you have options, but yes, you could go up or down this little ramp thing, or you can go into the room that Cass went into.
Okay, I feel like Ash is gonna run past Cass and throw the torches that they have down in front of them, and be like, light them, and then try to take off up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say how many?
I think I had 2 torches. Otherwise,
Okay.
I just have a lantern.
Yeah. So yeah, you could drop 2 torches there. And
Can I
say
light
light
them, or
them.
is that too much?
I think in order to get both of them out and drop them, it will take, you get a free object interaction on a turn, which you could use to grab a torch. You'd have to use your action to grab the other torch and drop it. Now, as a rogue, you also have a bonus action to play with, to dash if you want to get further up the stairs. So
I don't want to dash because I don't want to get too far ahead, but
yeah. Okay.
so there's no way to use the bonus action to light them, right?
I don't think so. I think it
That's
would take
fair.
a full action to light them. Now, a cantrip from Onyx could probably light it, or an action to light it would light it, but I don't think you have an action to light it.
That's fair enough. Well, then that's my plan, is to drop the torches that I have on my person, which should be 2.
Okay.
Throw them down and say, somebody light
Okay.
them, and then take off.
All right, I'll put that there. They're not lit yet, but that's where you want that to go, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're taking off. Which way are you going, up or down?
I think up, because we know that there's
Okay.
somebody calling
Yeah,
the
so
shots from over there.
5, 10, 15. It'll take you about 20 feet to get to... Okay. I'm just going to move you because I have access to this. 20 feet
'cause
gets
it's gonna be
you
up a floor,
there.
right?
Yeah. 20 feet gets you up there. And you can kind of see there's another window to the outside, and this curls around. You're welcome to go your remaining 2 feet, or 20, your remaining 10 feet.
Yeah. So which would be over this one, I think, right?
Yeah, it'd be right there.
Yeah, so this is
Looking
as far
at
as I go.
that, let me see. Where is this area? Okay. Okay, yeah, so you can see into that room. You see this wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut in the middle of it. Looming over is this wooden winch, this loading arm thing. Yeah, you can also see that this door is open. There's a door right here that appears to be open.
Cool.
Actually, hang on one second. Okay. All right. Now, the needle blights from there, they all arrive at the edge of the map. So I'm gonna grab them. Hang on, guys. But it's going to take their full dash just to get to the edge of where you guys are. So, let's hang on here. Okay. There we go. So you hear those things continue to sort of like crawl out of the woodwork, come at you. Okay. And that is them. Wandress, it is your turn.
All right. Wanderers would know the answer to this, but Bonus Mom does not.
Sure.
So I need some clarification here on what I can do with this sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried frantically to be looking up answers on 5e or whatever during not my turn, and it's very contradictory. So I
Okay.
need you to tell me.
Sure.
Do I have to stay within 30 feet of this thing? Do
No.
I have to be able to see this sphere to maintain it?
You don't have to be able to see it. It's a bonus. So it'll be hard to know what it's doing if you're not in line of sight of it. You know what I mean? It says as a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. You can pick a direction and move this thing, and it'll go till it hits a creature. But if you can't see where you're sending it, it's going to be hard. You can pick a like cardinal direction and say, go that way till you hit something, and it'll just stop on its own. But you won't be able to like pinpoint and control it. Does that make sense?
Okay. If I leave it where it is or move it, because I don't have to move it in a direction. I could, since they're probably coming after us, I could move it over as a bonus action to where it completely covers this doorway.
Uh-huh.
And I could, but can I leave it there and go away from it and it disappears if I get without?
I'm going to say that it stays, because as long as you can maintain concentration on it, the spell language does not say you
It
must
doesn't.
maintain view of this object or it vanishes. It just says you put it in a place you can see, within range, lasts for the duration. Actually, this one doesn't even say that you have to be able to see it. It just says an unoccupied space of your choice within range. So,
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there's online dispute about
Yeah.
it. There's not a solid answer. Okay.
Right.
Then because they're going to get to this place before the other, I want to move it. And let me get to the move part. Did that? No, I'm not. Can you
It's
move
fine.
it
Yeah, I
5
got
feet
you.
so that it
you're
totally
going
covers
there.
that
Whoop,
thing?
not there. There.
Because I didn't know which way they were going to come. Yeah. Okay. So I'm totally covering it, but hopefully not catching the building on fire. And I'm just going to leave it there, hoping that they have to struggle to get through it.
Okay.
Now then, I see that Ash went up, and I see that little thing that's left there, the little gold thing. What is that? Because I was frantically
Yeah.
looking.
So, Ash has dropped torches right here, but they are not lit. The only thing I had to represent that was this little fireball, because it's going to be lit here in a second, right? But
Okay.
and actually, let me do that. It's not lit currently, and we'll take an action to light them. But he basically drops some torches in the floor in the hopes of someone lighting them to keep these twiggy creatures from swarming up behind you guys as easily.
Okay. Then I'm going to move to the torches.
Okay.
And how much, I mean, is every movement that I have light a torch? How does that work?
It'll take your action to light these. Now, since they're like laying on top of each other, if you light one, it will light the other, so you can get them both lit. But it takes an action to light a torch.
Okay. And that doesn't include throwing them at something or handing them to Kaz.
Correct. Yeah, he's dropped them on the floor and with the intention that somebody lights them and they act as a barrier so these things can't as easily just follow you up the stairs. But in terms of throwing them or whatever, I mean, Cass could pick one or both of them up off the floor if she wants.
Would that count as her movement?
No. So in 5e, you can have a free object interaction each turn. And so... and that's like stowing an item or taking something out of a pack, drawing a weapon, that kind of thing. In order to light a torch is going to take an action. You could pick up a torch as a free object interaction and light it, but you couldn't also then hand it or throw it. So if you wanted one of those in your hands, you could pick one up and light it, but then it also doesn't serve the purpose of making that fire barrier that Ash was trying to do, although you can choose to do that, Ash's intentions sort of be damned. It's up to you guys. Also, okay, I think you guys had 10 torches that were gathered. So if you want to just take out one of your own torches and light it, you have some torches that Ash would have handed you at the beginning of this. So
Kaz has torches.
Cass has torches, yeah. All of you guys have at least 2.
All right. But if we
You'll
light
just read
these
all the
torches,
rules whenever y'all start a new
building
D&D now. Sorry.
If we light these torches, is it going to set the building on fire?
So if it comes into contact with a bunch of the wood here, yes. Now, you can see all this white gray stuff, that is stone. So the lower part of this building is mostly stone, but most of the upper floors are wood, right? So if you make a big bonfire in here, yeah, you're going to light the upper floors on fire. But if you light a couple of torches, probably not. But if you take them with you upstairs and you get knocked out and it lands on the ground and starts burning shit, yes. So you got decisions to make. Right. Okay.
As a bonus action, I moved my sphere.
Right.
As my action, I'm taking if I take my torch and light it, it takes another action to light all 10 of the others.
I mean, you can light one torch with an action. Now, those torches on the ground are touching each other, so if you light one, de facto, the other one will get lit.
Then I'm going to light the 10 torches on the ground, preparing them for Kaz.
Okay, there's 2 torches on the ground.
I'm going to light the 2 torches on the ground, preparing them in case Kaz wants to grab one of them.
Okay.
And then I want to follow with my additional 20 feet of stairs up after Ash.
Okay, and you started out here, right?
This is 10 feet. I've moved 10 feet now.
15, 20, 25.
Lit the 2 torches that are together with one fell swoop. And
30. Okay, that is where you get with 30 feet of movement, Wandress. Is up. You probably can't see that. Here you go.
I can. There I am. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
And I probably would say to Ash, I lit the torches.
Okay.
And then I'm looking to see what we're seeing.
Okay. So, next up is these guys. And they are going to swarm up to Cass. And this doorway as much as they can. They're just going to pile in here. I don't have to start measuring just yet. Now I probably have to start measuring. What is these guys' movement? I should probably check and see. Hang on, guys. It's 20 feet, 20 feet. Okay. 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 Yeah, they start barreling over here. That guy is under there. He's short enough to get under there. They're just sort of scrambling through all this stuff. Cass, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks coming at you. Oh, and they have range too? Oh, Jesus. Okay. What's your AC, Cass? Phew. Damn. Cass, what's your AC? Are you there? Okay. We've lost Cass.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that, am I correct?
18,
I typed this
okay.
in chat. Am I correct that Wanderous did not see any of that because he was racing along there?
Correct.
Like,
Yes, you
yeah,
have no
Cass
idea.
is in a room. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So one of those hits for 4 damage, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. God. 13, 14, 15. I'm going to say 15 of these guys get another attack. So this is a lot of, and these are like, they're like shooting. Oh, these ones don't have that. Never mind. They can only melee
thank
attack.
the heavens.
Thank God they can only melee attack, right? So
I was about to get 10,000 needled, Bob.
yeah,
I
he
know.
really was.
Oh
We were
my
about to have
God,
our
my
own little
God.
cat car moment here, but no.
Yeah.
These ones can only claw, and so they do. They start clawing, but only one of them hits for 4 piercing damage. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for him since he's gone. Onyx, you're up.
Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and run up the stairs.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, like there isn't really much else to do.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
you didn't see what happened to Kaz either, right? I
Well,
mean,
no, I mean you can
I
tell.
can probably see,
you can tell
like, a
what's
little
going on
bit,
in there, yeah.
yeah.
And
Oh,
also, I'm gonna get rid of these doors. Now that you guys have kind of been through
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I probably saw what happened, but I don't really have anything that I can do at this point, like to help him.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go 1, 2.
You're back. You died. Good job.
Actually, you
So
didn't
you-
die. You took 5 attacks, 6 attacks, 5 attacks coming at you. Only one of them hit for 4 damage. I already took it off your sheet.
I'm not gonna lie. I fell asleep in my chair for a sec.
So 1, 2.
Poor guy.
Big red.
3,
Been a long
4.
Yeah.
Would that put me
Okay.
in
So
front of
you
Ash?
started here, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
so
right there.
5, 10. That's 10 feet.
I have 25.
10, 15, 20. 25 does get you in front of Ash up top.
Okay, cool. I think.
And you guys can see there are 2 doors, one of which is closed right here, one of which is open. Neither of, and I guess if you want to dash, you can go further in there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and dash.
Okay.
So that'd be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and you can see now there's a hallway down here, and you can see another open door.
Open door
Here.
right down here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
hang on. Let me. These fools. Okay, very good. So that, yeah, you have 5 more feet of movement, or no, you have
10.
10 more feet of movement if you want to start
Um,
going in there. Up to you.
I don't think I will. I'm just gonna yell back, "Hey, there's an open door at the end of this hallway."
Okay, cool. Cass, you are up. Like I said, you took 4 damage, which I already took off your sheet. You are surrounded by these things. Wanderous did light the torches behind you, so there is kind of a burning torch situation right behind you that's sort of catching fire that you're hoping will stop some of these blights. Your friends have all rushed up the stairs. It is up to you what you would like to do now.
Okay, I'm gonna. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up the torch and swing it at the blights.
Okay. Yeah, so make a melee attack. I guess I can just add a torch to your sheet in terms of what it will do in this scenario. I'll just use this thing. This is a torch. I don't think you're proficient in torch fighting. These are going to do 1d4 plus strength fire damage. And on a crit, they're going to do an extra 4. And I guess they also would do bludgeoning damage. I'm going to say they do 1 bludgeoning damage. Actually, they probably do 1 plus your strength bludgeoning damage, and then an extra 1d4 fire damage. On a crit, they do 1. This is bludgeoning. I think that makes sense. So, and then these things are weak. Okay, so you should be able to roll with your torch against that creature. Ooh,
Bruh.
brutal. That is a nat 1.
I'm burning the inspiration.
Burn the inspiration. Okay. Is that chat inspiration?
Yes.
Okay, 18 definitely hits. You can go ahead and roll damage. Okay, so that is 1
6
fire damage
total.
plus 5 bludgeoning damage. And then 1 fire damage is doubled. Which one of these are you going to hit?
I'm like the one directly above me. That
Okay,
one.
that one. Okay. You smash that thing with your torch. It is burned and bludgeoned out of existence. The sticks sort of light fire, and you sort of hear this little screechy noise as it hisses and pops and burns, and then collapses into a bundle of burning sticks. That is your action. What else would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my movement to head upstairs.
Okay, you're going to take 4 attacks of opportunity.
We're good.
2 of them hit for a total of 7 damage.
Okay.
I got a 5, a 22, a 7, and a 19. I think that's 22 and the 19 hit. So
Yep. Okay. And then
Okay,
upstairs.
and then
I
so I got you here 5. Oh, whoop. Okay, sorry, we were fighting over your token. Sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 puts you right behind Wandress, basically.
Cool.
Okay. That is you. So you picked up one of the torches, so there's only 1 torch left there burning. So it's not going to be quite as much of a barrier for them as it otherwise would have been, but you still did take one of them out already. That does bring us to Ash.
Okay, well, open door sounds like a go for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try out this thing Ace taught me just now. Oh, watch it go. Okay, maybe not. What the, oh god, I'm messing everything up. Ace, you've forsaken me. I put myself outside somewhere.
Okay, all right, I got you. There you are.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just count like normal now.
Well, yeah, okay, it's fine. I would practice with it a little bit. Once you get the hang of it, it is really useful to be able to measure that movement. And you can drop waypoints, I think, by clicking right click more than once. Okay, so that is what, 30 feet of movement for you?
Yeah, and then you know what? I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash. That way I still have my action. But we got our sword out because I don't know what the hell's beyond this.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and burn 15 and get right inside the door.
Okay.
Then I gotta see where I'm at before I do anything else.
Okay. Let me see. You are at, what is that, 18? Yeah, you can see this rectangular table surrounded by 8 chairs. There's sort of an L-shaped set of cupboards, a floor-to-ceiling closet over here. And then next to the pantry-looking thing is a small iron stove. This appears to be a dining room. You can see in the southwest corner another open door. And I believe you might actually be able to see from there. Let's take a look at you. Yeah, I think you would be able to. Hang on, that's weird. Okay, 1 second. That's missing something it's supposed to have. Okay, sorry. Here, you actually can see just the edge of, I think, a person.
Oh, damn it.
Creature. Just at the outer part of that door.
Creature sounds good to me. I can't. Why don't we just go attack it, baby?
Okay.
I'm gonna pop up in the doorway, which I should have room for, right?
Yeah, I think so. You still had, what, 15 feet or 10 feet left?
Okay, and we're gonna go. Okay, well, now that I see it clearly, I don't want to just go hacking some lady's head off. Or
no,
something
it's
here.
fine. I got you. You see this individual is a man with kind of wild hair and sort of rotted teeth. His skin has like war paint on it, but it appears to be red, sticky blood. He's waving sort of a gnarled staff made from a black branch and sort of babbling at you in some language you do not understand.
Excellent. That's all I needed to know. We're gonna attack him.
Okay.
I think I found one of our friends.
Okay, you got a 14. This guy. A 14. Hang on.
I don't want to have to burn inspiration.
I'm sorry, a 14 does not hit. Because you can also see this creature has some sort of spell cast on him, and his skin, which is covered in this sort of red sticky blood, also has like the texture of tree bark.
Yes.
Because he did cast some sort of protective spell on him when you guys popped in here. So
I'd like to give it another go, sir.
okay, let it rip.
Come on, baby.
21 hits.
21. Let's do it.
Okay, you don't have sneak attack on this. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 10 piercing.
Okay,
And then,
well, you didn't really need the sneak attack. 10 piercing.
It was
Oof. That is a big hit. Also, I think he needs to try to maintain concentration on his protective spell. I'm not 100% sure. He
Start getting
does.
his face. Look at me. Is this distracting?
So he's got to make a DC 10, and he fails. You see that
Let's
his skin
go,
texture.
baby.
He loses concentration. Somewhat surprised to see you so quickly reaching him, and his skin loses that bark texture. And of course, that brings us to his turn.
Bring it.
So in retaliation,
Retaliate on me, baby. Wait.
he is going to. Yeah, you see he like waves his staff around, and then I actually want to check something. Stand by, everyone.
You know, I would like to point out while Pixel's looking this up, this is just the epitome of our plans, isn't it? Not a thing has went the way we thought it would. I think we're learning. We're just like, nah, we're gonna run. F every single one of these guys.
Okay.
Well, and thank God we haven't gotten separated,
Oh, okay.
right?
Mhm.
Cool. And yeah, he is going to grab his staff in two hands and make an attack against you. As he does, his staff sort of like has this shadowy aura that kind of like oozes off of it, like dripping blood, but it's a shadow. Oh, hang on, I did that wrong. It's fine. Does a 15 hit?
It does, unfortunately, just
Okay.
hit.
It only does one. No, actually, he needs to re-roll. Okay, he gets to add +2. It does 3 points of bludgeoning damage,
I'll take it.
and you can see some of his wounds close just a little bit.
Oh, shoot. Real quick. So I had temporary hit points from something a while back.
Okay.
Can I just take
Yeah,
those
you
away?
take them from the 10 hit points first. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted I didn't know if they still counted.
I think
can't
they
remember.
were from a hit dice that someone gave you
Okay.
in a session or two
Yes.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hit die.
Okay. And then this thing is going to rush further into the hallway. You'll get an attack opportunity.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
18 hits.
18.
Ooh. 7, and I assume that I don't get the
Okay.
sneak. So
You do not. Okay, but you do the damage that closed, you re-deal and then some, I think. So it is it looks like he's having a bad day. He's not on death's door yet, but it's not great. And he
This is
rushes
the
down the
worst
hallway. Cool. And that brings us to these guys, who now begin to try to swarm into the building. So here's the thing. They are dumb as shit.
love it.
So these guys are all gonna. Okay, so this one immediately dies as it tries to go through the fire.
Love it.
Flaming sphere damage. Please roll your flaming sphere damage. Bonus mom for. I guess roll it once, and I'll just apply it to all of these creatures as they go through.
Okay, let me get back to the main page on this.
Actually, wait, hang on.
Don't roll it.
Yeah, wait 1 second. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere. So, actually, some of these may be able to get past.
Final Fantasy VII bombing mission where you just got to run through and kill all the druids before the twig gas
Right.
catches.
They've got 20 feet of movement. These guys only have... No, these guys have 30 feet of movement. Yeah, they got
Ever
30
seen
feet
a
of movement.
D&D speedrunner? That's what this is about to turn into. Go, go, go.
Okay. You know what? I don't like that. Go ahead and roll the damage. I think they're going to take this damage as they go through it. I don't think it makes sense that they can run past this without taking damage. So
Okay, wait a minute. It was at level 2. Oh, I can cast it at level 3 if I want.
you could, but since you didn't specify that when you cast it, I'm going to say you've cast it at level 2 this time.
I
But
did, and
in
it's
the future, 6 damage.
feet
Oof.
of damage.
So that's
I mean, it's 6 points of
yeah,
damage.
I got you. So that is a pretty nasty hit to these guys. Let's see. Okay, so hang on, friends. I got a little bookkeeping to do here. You begin to hear, Cass, you begin to hear coming up the stairs behind you some shambling noises as some of these creatures start to make their way in.
It's probably fine.
Okay, now this one, who I guess Ash, you dropped the torches. Go ahead and roll a d4. And I'll have this thing make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, it rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
So it is
jeez.
not but it is standing in the space. So, and you rolled 1 damage. It'll take 1 damage. That's fine. Okay, this guy, bloop. Nope, not there. There, thank you. Okay. Okay. Let's see. These guys. Sorry, there's so many of these dudes to move. Okay. Can't get it any farther.
All I'm saying is if we die to a bunch of twigs, I'm going to be really mad.
It would
Yep.
be quite tragic to have come this
You'd
far.
rather
When they-
save yourself for Strahd to kill you.
Yes.
Okay,
That,
let's
that
see.
tells a way better story than getting killed by some branches.
That is true. God, there's so much book. There's like an insane number of these things to try and
I
do
have any-
tactically.
If I have anything to do with it, I have enough spell slots to cast a bunch of fire spells.
Yeah, we burning this thing to the ground.
I was like, you know what? It's just a house. Like you can build
Right.
another one. Like it's fine.
Get over it, Chief.
That's funny.
Look,
that
he
is
still had-
that is
he
if
still
you
had the
guys don't
fields.
die in the burning house. Okay, so that is those guys. These guys are all gonna come to this door and try and bust it open. I don't know if that door is. I'm gonna say it's locked. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, 2 of these guys are gonna make attack rolls are gonna make, I guess, athletics checks against the door. I know all this is like happening off stream for you guys, but
It is. I'm looking at my phone. I'm cheating.
okay, well, don't cheat. 19. Okay, you guys do hear one of the doors downstairs get busted open as more of these guys begin to start to try to cram in here. Is that everybody? Nope, there's more. Okay. They're just going to fill in the gaps here. Oh, these ones actually see another way in, so they're going to come this way. And come into the house. Okay, great. Beautiful. All right, Wandress, you are up. You hear people coming up the stairs behind you.
Okay.
And actually, Cass, you can see the first one of these guys has made it to within 5 feet of you.
Wanders looks at Cass and sees that Cass is injured and says, "What happened?" So is Cass there to give me a quick answer?
Yeah, I was trying to get out of there and got a little messed up, but I'm all good.
And I can hear things coming at me downstairs.
Oh,
right?
yeah, they're starting to come up.
Pixel, I want to move Wanderous down the steps far enough. Can he see what's going on? I can't, but can he see that they're coming after him? And what are all the things in the room doing? Does he see any signs of them yet?
It has not been their turn, so no, you have not heard any of them. You can see that these are the ones that are starting to come up the stairs are the ones from outside. You probably could hit that guy from here. You would have disadvantage on that attack since you're attacking like down around past him.
Because Bonus Mom can't see, okay?
Yeah.
And
you can't see anything.
Would be
Good
able
Lord.
to see. Where is Kaz? What I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
okay, hang on. 1 second. Let me just give you.
All I see is me standing in a dark place.
Yeah,
and I
gotcha.
can't
There
see
you
where
go.
Kaz is.
Okay, there you go.
Something directly behind him.
I changed your token. You might need to refresh to be able to deal with it, but.
Okay, so what? Oh, Jesus! Okay. I gotta look at my spell. What I'm thinking, if I see things coming, I don't know what happened to the other things. A point within range. Okay, this is what I want to do. You can tell me if I can do it. I want to look past those things, down the stairs, past Kaz, and I want to cast Entangle in such a way that it's on the steps, but it doesn't catch Kaz, but it catches the steps.
Entangle, okay.
Okay, it doesn't say that to cast Entangle. It's a 20-foot square, which I want to aim it on the stairs and towards the bottom of the stairs.
Screw you. Not you.
Or at the bottom of the stairs, but coming up the stairs. And it doesn't say that it has to be an unoccupied space, so I want to cast it. It says a creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling
so this is a 20-foot square. You can't really probably see most of it.
No, but you can't. I want it down the stairs. If I have,
but that's the thing that's weird. I don't know how this interacts with that topography. I guess it would. I guess here. Let me copy this. Hang on 1 second. And then let's shrink it down to a 1 square. And okay, you want to cast this like, I guess like that, but you have to center it on a point you can see. That's the best you could do. I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's a way to miss Cass.
Okay.
But I think you can miss yourself. I think you can put it like here and here. So it would put here and here. And then there. And then let's see. These three.
Okay. Is it another one of those things I can hold until the person gets out, that I can ready it for when Cass
you could
moves?
do that way, yes.
Okay, then I'm going to shout at Cass, get out of my way, and I'm going to start to prepare Entangle and drop it as soon as Cass
and then
passes
Entangle's
me.
Concentration, so you will lose the flaming sphere.
I will lose the flaming thing, yes. I'm dropping that, and I'm moving to Entangle.
Okay. All right.
Because now it's worse where we are.
Sure. Okay, so that is going to be Wandress. You want Cass to get out of the way. Next is these guys. They're going to start scooching in here. That's as much as they can do. They can't really get past anybody. So we're just going to leave them there. Onyx, back to you, friend. You've watched Ash rush in. Ash said that there is some sort of person in there. He is attacked. She is attacked. What you got?
Okay. I guess. God, I hate doing this. How much? Hold on, I'm just checking something really quick. Nah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just move in with Ash.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and gosh, I don't know if I should dash or not.
Yeah, well, you know Ash can move really far. So if you get ahead of Ash, Ash will probably pass you immediately.
Yeah.
So the two of you are getting a ways away from your other friends, but it would be easy for you to stick together because Ash is faster than you, right? So
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
it's up to you guys what you want to do.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stay here.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to hold an action or anything because I don't think that there's really any points right now.
If it gives any insight, I'm not trying to leave anybody behind. I'm just trying to take out the druid because I feel like that's probably the biggest problem.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, that's. Okay. I'm just trying to, like, I guess, keep within somewhat of a equidistant to people, so that way I can.
Okay, so you rush into that room, Onyx. Cass, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So there's a dude right behind you on the stairs. Wanderous has indicated that he's going to cast some sort of a spell that will end up hitting the space that you're in as soon as you leave it. So.
Yep. So I'm gonna slap him in the face with a sacred flame, and then back on up.
Okay, that's a dex saving throw. What's your DC? 13. Got exactly 13.
Ah, rip. Okay.
Rip. So the Sacred Flame misses, and then he's going to take an attack of opportunity on you as you get out of the way. I've got a 12 to hit. I don't think that hits.
It doesn't.
Yeah, so the two of you just sort of whiff each other, and then you can move.
Yeah, I'm going to move on up.
Okay, and as soon as you do, Wanderous, you're going to cast Entangle, kind of going back down the stairs. I need to make some saves, and then Cass will finish your turn once I do. For Entangle, they make, strength saving throws as soon as they're in it? You're muted, Bonus Mom.
I had the spell up. Hold on a minute.
Must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained. Okay, so I need to make 1, 2, 3. There are 4 creatures that are going to be in this when it happens that'll need to make strength saving throws. What is your DC, Wanderous?
My DC is, oh crap, get back up to the top of the sheet. 15.
Okay, let's see. 9, 7, 12, 9. None of them make it. So all of these that were whatever are restrained. So I'm going to do, there's like a net here we're going to use for restrained. Okay, so all 4 of them are in fact restrained. This is going to make things getting past them much more difficult. Way to go. And then Cass, it is still your turn. You've used your movement. Would you like to dash, or is there anything else you want to do? Oh, no, you used your action to attack it with Sacred Flame. So, any bonus actions from Cass? Going once, going twice.
Did Cass go to sleep again?
I think probably, but I think that's the end of Cass's turn.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was the end of my turn. I thought you was talking to Wanderous.
Oh, sorry. Ash, back to you. Onyx has made it in the room. What would you like to do?
I'm in pursuit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a 5 here so I can see where I'm going. Oh, I got you now.
Yeah, you see another hallway.
15, 20, 25. I don't even have to use any extra movement, baby. If my math's right.
Yeah,
attack 'em
let's
again.
just double check it here. I think you're good.
5, 10, 15.
Nope,
20.
that is exactly your movement.
Oh man, what happened? My character sheet disappeared. It's okay. Just a second. And we're gonna go for it again. If it'll load. Well, bam. Don't you run from me. 20 to hit
20 hits.
with another 10 points of damage.
Damn, brutal. Now this guy's looking absolutely on death's door.
Okay. Well, it probably doesn't help now because I always forget about these. Since I didn't use a bonus action, I was gonna say we could do.
Yeah,
That sucks.
insightful fighting. Whoops.
Yeah. It's okay.
And the lesson learned here, friends, is D&D has a lot of rules, but you should know how yours work.
Yeah. Don't call me out in front of my friends. Okay.
That's
anyway.
right. I'm just saying.
Well, that's about all I got
okay.
then.
All right, that is Ash. That brings us to this creature.
Run again, bub.
What can he do?
Oh,
Okay,
that
I need
attack
a
won't do.
Constitution saving throw from Ash.
I just clicked the Constitution in the sheet, right?
You have a saving throw box. It's to
Right,
the
so I'll
right
click in
above
the
your
box.
skills. Yeah. Your DC on this is it's only 12. All right, you make the save. Brutal.
Ooh.
Okay, you take with the successful save, you only take 7 points of thunder damage, and you are not moved away as he slams the staff down like Gandalf to try to push you back, and it doesn't work. You hang on, but you do take 7 damage, and that is his action. He is going to move, but not out of range of you, so you don't get the attack of opportunity. And a second one of these guys is going to rush out of the room
Shit! Now I'm in trouble.
and do the same exact thing. I need another Constitution saving throw.
It was going so well.
Indeed. 9. That
Oh,
is a
damn it.
failure. So now you are going to take 9 more points of thunder damage. And you are going to be moved 15 feet away. And this, you guys, it rocks the house. You hear these two sort of cacophonous detonations. Goom, goom. Also, let me roll initiative for these guys. 7. Oh, man. They go next. This has just gotten very exciting.
Oh god, I might die.
Okay,
Oh, damn it.
so this one rushes out. Actually, I gotta check their movement speed. What is their movement speed, Mr. Dude? Their movement speed. Oh, they're slow as shit. They can only move 10
Doesn't
feet.
do me a lot of favors here. We're not that far away.
Okay,
from
so
each
one of these guys comes out of the. You see this like shambling mound of vines, much
Oh, God,
bigger
no.
than the others. It's not as big. It's not Lorgoth the Decayer, but it is bigger than anything you've seen so far, and it has a range of 10 feet. It can't hit you with that, so it is going to hit you with entangling plants. A 15-foot radius centered on the vines. I need a DC 12 strength saving throw from Ash.
Oh, for love of God.
Yeah, this is brutal. This guy's
I can't
absolutely
die
going
like this.
ham. He's going ham.
Strength, you said?
Yes.
Please.
21.
Please.
Okay, you
Thank
are not
you.
restrained, but it is difficult terrain. And then this guy comes in, and that's as far as he can get. Okay. Actually, he was here. He's gonna dash. So another one of these things comes out of the room, and you can see that it is moving much easier than its friend through the thing. Damn. Okay, next up is these needle blights. This guy, what's your DC, Wondrous, again? Not Tangela. Yeah, it's basically Tangela. Wondrous. Because 4 of these guys are going to have to make things to try
My
to...
spell save DC
Yes.
is 15.
15, okay. The 4 that are restrained are going to try to break restraint. Only one of them does. The third one in the group, which is this guy, breaks his restraint. And he can try and move. 5, 10, 15, 20. He makes it just up to the stairs with you. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want this guy. He makes it just up the stairs to you. Nope, come on, quit that. Wandress.
Okay.
Out of your entangle. But that he's and he used his action to get out, so he can't attack or anything, but he is in melee with you, Wandress. And that brings us to your turn, and then I think we're gonna call it after I do the Twig Blights. So this is gonna be our last round. We'll resume on our next session. So Wandress, this thing has moved in with you. Several of these things are restrained. What would you like to do?
Well, I gotta look a minute. I think I accidentally I wanted to look at something. I think I cast it, but I didn't mean to. Yeah, that's a range attack. I can't guiding bolt in a range attack. So that guy wanders right up to me.
Yes, correct.
On spell sheet. So I'm having such a time with my spell sheet. No, that's another range attack. Okay, I guess the only thing I've got in a hurry, everything is a range attack, right? Frostbite, all the cantrips, they're all range.
Sort of, yeah. So let's talk about that. Frostbite, I think, requires a saving throw on their part, not an attack roll. So it doesn't matter if it's ranged or not. It's unaffected by being in melee with somebody. Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Your Thorn Whip is a spell. Is it a ranged spell attack? It's a melee spell attack with 10 feet of range. You could Thorn Whip. You could Frostbite. You could Shillelagh and then attack with your staff. And that's it.
Okay. I think the easy, quick thing that he would do is to try to hit him with a numbing frost, the thing right there then. I think we go for easy, quick right there, the numbing
so he's got to make a Constitution save, I think.
Yes. And it's 15
again. Okay, exactly 15. He makes the save.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry. You could spend your inspiration to impose a disadvantage on him, I guess, if you want. I think that's allowed.
Okay, I'll do it.
Or maybe that's just luck points. Whatever, I'll allow it if you want.
Is this the character I have the luck points for?
That might be Perdita.
No, that's something else.
Let's see what happens. That's only a 12. He fails. All right, let's do it. Roll damage.
Okay, let me get back to where's my shillelagh that I can roll damage.
And then I'm just going to go ahead. Ash, roll me a d4, by the way.
Oh, God.
Where is it? Dad? I'm sorry, I'm having a challenge.
You
with
have to click on the spell in your sheet, and then it'll put it in chat, and then you have to...
Okay, so I click on Frostbite. Okay,
and it did 3 cold damage.
Yes.
Okay, this thing is barely hanging on.
Okay. Let's see. I didn't do anything to take any damage, so my concentration is still in effect.
Correct.
And I cast a spell.
Yep, that was your action.
All right. I think I got to stay there and stop them from going any further. Okay. So Wandress is just going to stand there and maybe take it.
Okay. All right. Well, there's some of the twigs moving, although they are all very bottlenecked with these stairs. So they can't get up any farther. So that's what we're going to call it. We'll resume again with Onyx on our next session, friends. And, that's the wrong sheet. There we go. That is where we're going to call this session, guys. If Pixel is handing out disadvantage willingly, y'all are in big trouble. Yeah, Ash, you almost had him, but now you've got more enemies to wade through before you can get him. Things are looking pretty dicey, friends. So that's where we're going to leave our session today, guys. We'll resume this on the 17th. So thank you, everybody. And sorry for the late start getting into the actual session. Can't be helped. Life goes on. Before we do our trick, we are going to reintroduce ourselves, remind you who we played, and where those of us who can be found on the internet can be found on the internet. So we're going to start with Vincent Page. In the meantime, if somebody would like to check and see if there's anybody we can go raid, that would be lovely.
Alrighty. Well, y'all, I'm Vincent Page. I've been Ash Fireforge. If y'all want to hang out for more Curse of Strahd, he said when we were doing it again, I don't remember.
The 17th.
Yeah, there you go. 17th. But if you want to catch me literally every other day, I'm here on Twitch at Vincent Page playing stuff. We're doing a charity stream this next Friday. If you guys want to come hang out, even if you can't donate, friends, seriously, like just coming out, hanging out, showing support, it does mean a lot. It's gonna be dope. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Hell yeah. Omega.
Hey y'all, my name is Omega. I played Onyx Montard, the Blade Song Wizard. You can find me on TikTok, OmegaMT42. And yeah, and you can also find me here every other Friday.
Oh, that link is busted. Okay, great. And Ozzy.
Mozzie, I play Cast Amble Crown. Sorry I fell asleep earlier, friends. It's been a long week. But yeah, it was a fun session.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, like I said, can't be helped. I had to cancel last week because I had a flat tire and a hell of a day, and so these things happen.
Oof.
I had to go to a junkyard and pry a tire off of a junked out old car in the middle of a bunch of other junked out. It was a pain in the ass, so I just was not up to running. So that all having been said, obviously no judgment. Life goes on, and this game has to take place within that context, and we understand that. Bonus Mom.
I am Bonus Mom 70. I am a TikToker and hang out Monday through Fridays about 9:30 in the morning. Sometimes I play Twitch games. I will be here. No, I will be on TikTok Sunday afternoon at 4:30 in the afternoon with another TikToker, Biorvio, and we will be doing character backstories at the drop of a hat. You all give us a little bit of a description, and we are going to magically create a character backstory there for you in a matter of many moments. Because we like to talk a lot. So that happens this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Bonus Mom 70's TikTok page. I am a podcaster. We take all these events and we put them out there on YouTube and podcasts. You can catch up with us. I will be playing Perdita, the Tabaxi Rogue, next Friday night during Vincent's charity stream for a bit, and we will be playing Regent of Bedegar. Try to catch both of us if you can. We all have a phone and a tablet and a computer. You can watch us both, and we're really good. So do that. Yes? Yes!
Huzzah. Great, everybody. And my name is Pixel, and you can find me here, GMing games at Ages of Einor. I do the Curse of Strahd streams, and then alternating Fridays, I do our Region of Bedegar streams, which are a lot of fun. We have a whole different cast. It's a follow-up adventure to MCDM Siege of Castle Rend. And both of those, we are using sort of supplemental rules for 5th edition D&D that are all based on kingdoms and warfare and organizations and strongholds and all those kind of different stuff. Sort of very cool add-ons. And then you can also find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where I play games. I've been playing through, whatchamacallit? Breath of the Wild. Thank you. And, yeah, that's a lot of fun. We'll probably be back at that, I don't know, Monday or so. I've got a lot going on this weekend. So, but yeah, we'll be having a good time with those. And then you can also see me Tuesday. I'll be back on this channel with some more world building with Beast, and then coming up, we'll be starting to teach people how to play Stars Without Numbers. So if you are at all interested in that, I would highly encourage you to keep an eye out for that. Join our Discord for announcements on when we're doing that. We're going to be pulling some folks from the Discord because I'm trying to teach some of the players and GMs in the Discord how to play that game so that we'll maybe have a little crew of people who know about it and can teach other people and spread it. My goal and my dream is that as I teach people to play other games, it will encourage other people in the Discord to learn other games that I haven't learned so they can teach me, and we can kind of build beyond just playing D&D, which of course we all love and will continue to play, but to spread out and stretch and try some different things. I think would be great if we could get a kind of community together that would be willing to do that and learn and show each other other games. We are going to go raid Kamari, VP, if you want to tell folks about him. I don't know him as well as you do.
He plays a variety of different stuff. Tonight looks like he's doing some retro stuff. Let me grab his full tag for you. Make it easier.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. It looks very like sword and sorcery inspired. So it's maybe is this 3D Zelda? Oh, this is like Zelda Doom. Wow.
Oh yeah, that is what he's been doing.
Yeah, so that does kind of look very D&D adjacent as well. So that's great fun. So yeah, we're gonna go raid them. In the meantime, we're gonna do our sign off here. So let me actually get my raid message in there as well. But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out. And we really appreciate you guys hanging out for this insane stuff that we do. It's wild that people even want to see this, and it truly means more than we can say that you guys are willing to do this with us. And so thank you. And we can't express our gratitude enough that you guys are willing to do that. Obviously, we put these up on the internet, on YouTube as a podcast, and as a podcast. If you missed something and you want to check it out, or if this is the first time you're seeing us, we have a whole backlog of stuff we'd love for you guys to catch up on. We have several different campaigns. But until the next time that I see you, please do me a favor and be a little kinder to yourself than you think that you are supposed to be, because you are, I hate to say this, but you're wrong. Maybe that's not kind of me to say, but you're wrong about how kind you should be to yourself. It should be more. And so I would appreciate it if, as a favor to me, you would like notch that up by like 25%. So, thank you so much. And, we will see you next time. Peace out.